Okay, so the reading here is, how serious is he in the relationship? I'd like to know how serious. Too hard. Too hard. Okay, pull back. How serious? How serious is he in our relationship? How serious? I'm committed. Okay, so this time I reworded the question, asking how committed is he into this relationship. He too is, he's looking for that. Okay. Hmm. Okay. New moon. Okay, so he also has been burnt. His house has crumbled down in the past as well. He's taken care of himself. He's done his own self-reflecting. The new moon seems to be the new start. So just check your calendar for the new moon date and just kind of keep an eye on that. There'll be another challenge around that time. Heart of Cups. But you know what? Okay, the new moon, new beginning. All right. So, new fool. Fool meaning not necessarily a fool, like you're being foolish. It's like that leap of faith situation, whether or not you should go openly, watch where you're stepping. It could be a new experience that you've never done before. That's that type of thing with the Fool card. Let's make sure before you do that leap of faith, you have everything lined up right, that you both are prepared and you've figured out the do's and don'ts, house rules, relationship, how each other work, what complements, what bugs each other. Oof. Okay, that's a lot of cards here. All right, so how can I summarize this up? I do feel like he is ready as well to move forward. I do feel like he has gone through things. So what is going to happen here is around the new moon. Watch that date. That's when perhaps things will actually start progressing to where you're looking at, wanting to go to. All right, because of that young love, full of heart, first love type situation. I feel like it's a good one. The Ace of Wands, very strong, powerful, holding the world in their hand. You know, that kind of feeling like this is awesome. Two of Pentacles, so there's a new beginning. So after the new moon, some of those questions are going to come to light for you. All right. The Swords, the five. So after the new moon, that information is going to start to come to you. And you're going to take out of those, you're going to take one of those ideas that you have, that challenge that you had overcome or going through. You are going to conquer that with, it's regarding the heart again. So I feel like it's in the right direction. You guys are going. After around the new moon of the calendar, the new beginning, the Two of Pentacles. So there's going to be some hard work that you're going to have to put into this relationship. Remember, it's a two-way street. Don't think of it as a one-way street for both of you. You have to remember to keep that in mind. It's got to be a two-way street for the both of you in order to in order for this to work. It's got to be a two-way street for you guys, for you and your man there. And this is going to happen after the new moon. You're going to put some hard work into it. You're going to figure that out by the communication of you two putting that hard work in. And you're going to take that first step, leap of faith. And you're going to feel like you have all your ducks in the right row, right? The Six of Swords. But there's going to be some hiccups that you guys didn't talk about and didn't quite realize that you would have to discuss it and figure that out. So there's going to be a slight bump in the way in this new relationship milestone that you're hitting. And that's where this Judgment card comes in. Judgment doesn't mean judgment on you, doesn't mean judgment on him. It just means that you two have come across a crossroads that you need to sit down and discuss and talk about, get that as a couple to resolve that. And that's where, right there. So there is your Four of Wands. So there might be a hiccup in the relationship or moving in together or perhaps with the child in the house. But the good thing is you're working together. The Four of Wands, the Knight of Cups. All right. And then the Page of Wands. Okay, so, and that you're going to get that and you're going to take that and you're going to lead with it. And you're going to get a page, or you're going to get a message back. So the youth is going to respond to that. It's going to, no, this was upside down. So you're going towards that. The Page of Wands is going this way, and they are content. They're working together. They're appreciating each other. This youth is working it out, working with that individual. So I think that is a very good sign. And he is just kind of watching over that youth, maybe admiring the youth as well, of that creativity side. So I think the male figure involved in your household is appreciative of the youth's talent, maybe a little bit concerned because she is the Empress here. So, and now, as I mentioned before, the Empress, this card is your daughter. Uh, Due to the information that you provided to me, this is the card of people who are in touch with their environment. Empresses have the ability to create and influence the things around them. And could be why he may come across as a little bit protecting his own finances, or perhaps he's overlooking her, to just to keep an eye on her because of that talent she does portray off. Some parents might consider it as being sneaky, um, whatnot, but he is very smart and he can see through that. Okay, so but this is the Empress card, right? Your daughter is the Empress card. So I'm just going to read off the rest of this here. So you grow and develop and mature under careful attention. You're good at. So your daughter is a good, or will be a good parenting, mentoring, coaching, and in other ways bringing out the skills and talents of others. So you may also be rather prolific yourself. So you appreciate that there is a ecological balance to be maintained, and that everything depends on everything else. So that's how your daughter cards read, is as things happen in her life, everything depends on everything else. So in order to achieve your goals, however, you may have to wait a period of time for things that you desire to come about. So she's impatient. She's got to learn to be patient, because the way she looks at life, she knows you got to be patient. She has to be patient in order to get what she wants in life. She has to be patient. Everything ecologically balancing up to be maintained in order to be achieved. So she needs to see that commitment relationship in order to believe in herself that she too can achieve that type of relationship. At least that's my own personal opinion on how I read that one. But I'm just going to read you again the proper definition of the Empress, and this will be your daughter's outlook of her key card. Okay, so this card is people who are in touch with the environment. Empresses have the ability to create and influence the things around them. This is her key card. Things grow, develop, and mature under their careful attention. They are good at parenting, mentoring, coaching, in other ways of bringing out the skills and talents of others. You may also, and hence why I always said, before in my last reading, take your daughter's advice. You may also be rather prolific yourself. You appreciate that there is an ecological balance to be maintained. The yin and the yang, the dark and the light, okay? You know that there's always a reaction to a action, the gravity effect. All those things intertwine and interloop with each other. All right. So yes, there is going to be a committed relationship. It will come over time. I'm thinking the seed perhaps will be plotted or put in around the full moon area. Check your calendar on that. There's going to be some judgment, and you will have to work together. I think he is too also seeking that type of commitment of a relationship. So you're both wanting the same things here. You just got to be patient and don't rush it. It will flow naturally. There's going to have some hiccups. There's going to be some judgment. You're going to have to sit down as a family and talk it out and work it out and discuss it out. So there is going to be hiccups in your cards. There was hiccups in your cards. There were some 5s in there. There were some 7s in there. But in the end, I think he is going to admire your daughter. He is going to be, because of the youth picture here, he admires that strive in her. So I can understand how that relationship can definitely build over time. Yeah. All right. So that, in a nutshell, and my dear friend, yes, commitment is there. Look for the full moon on the calendar to see and kind of monitor where you're at in your relationship and see how that goes. Daughter, do you have any advice for the daughter? Eight of Wands. What kind of advice do we have here? Eight of Wands. Eight of Wands is a great creative cycle. An 8 is like a loop. It's like an infinity. You either learn the lesson and continue forward, or you just repeat that lesson until you can correct it. All right. So that is for the daughter. Dolphins, the water. Oh. All right. What else can we? Okay. So what else can we tell her? What else? Youth. Okay. 2 of Swords. Okay. 9 of Swords. Okay. So yes, like anything with the daughter, youthful. So she's taking a leap of faith here herself. There's a little bit of a standoffish situation here. The 9 of Swords. Okay, so she is thinking a lot in her head. She is. And there's judgment on that. It's good, actually. It's kind of interesting. A Wands, yes, creativity, emotions, Fool. Okay, so she was in her head a lot in the past. All right, there was definitely that. Okay, and there's a challenge. And because of her age, it's a crossroads for her. Because of her age, it's a crossroads for her to kind of try and wrap her head around it regarding this situation. There's some judgment. Perhaps she's feeling judgmental towards someone else. And they need to earn her respect and appreciation for that in order for that relationship to grow into a family. Okay. Is it necessary to go down any further than that? Sunshine. Okay, so there is a pardon me. So your daughter, how your daughter's doing, situation-wise in general. Okay, Eight of Wands. So, okay, so in the past, she was in her head a lot. People were feeding her information, negative thoughts, bad influences. There was some judgment given out regarding that. Because she was such a youthful person and she wasn't really thinking clearly, she took the leap of faith without actually looking where she was going. Hence this stop, X, hold up here scenario. All right. Someone was appreciative of the outcome, though. You felt she 3 of Cups, 5 of Wands. So there's going to be another little small challenge here, a small confrontation, a dragon that she has to fight and clear up and within herself regarding this relationship. But you know what? It's not a bad struggle here. For some reason, I see here that the Nine of Pentacles, I do see it's blessed, it's plentiful. It's another new beginning, and the sun is shining over here as the sun's coming out. So I think she's going to feel more like in the summertime when things are going to brighten up for her. She's going to feel more relieved, I think, by the summer of her experience through everything that she has been going through. But there is love and committed relationships here. So this judgment that she had to go through, or she tried to go through, being a fool, doing so, she's appreciative of the circumstances and how it turned out in the end. A little chaotic, a little confrontational, but that is who she is for the Empress. She needs things lined up, right? So if you're concerned about how she feels about you going to the next level in the committed relationship situation, in the end, I think she's going to be okay. But you remember, she is the fool. She is the child here. So you have to remember she needs that balance in her life as an Empress. And she just needs to learn to have the patience a little bit more to see that that relationship is a good relationship and not a bad one. She just needs more time to see that with you two of you and underneath the same roof eventually, to know that it was a good thing to happen. Yeah. So yes, your daughter's doing okay. She does need some extra attention, just because of who she is as a person, and because sometimes youths as well don't realize that you have that much love, that you can love a lot of people with the same type of love and affection as you have for your own daughter. A lot of the times, children think that their new commitment relationship pulls out some of that love out of your heart from her over into his side of things. What they don't realize is how much love we can actually hold, and it doesn't drain or withdraw any more of that love for her. I hope that makes sense.